construction industry has always been about constructing the best home or building. But what if the construction company could build something even more? That's what native New Yorker Sandra Wilkin did when she began Bradford Construction Corporation back in 1989. Wilkin has evolved Bradford into a highly skilled workforce with services such as digital management, laser scanning, and BIM. Here to tell us all about it is Sandra Wilkin, CEO of Bradford Construction Corporation. Sandra, welcome to the show.
Well, nice to be here. Thank you.
So Sandra, tell us a little bit about Bradford Construction and what you're doing there in New York City.
Well, here in New York City, Bradford Construction is construction managers. We primarily focus on having construction for large public projects, and in particular helping smaller businesses navigate through them.
And that's kind of an interesting thing when you think as a construction management company and what you're doing helping smaller construction firms. Exactly how are you doing that? Are you helping that with minority companies? Are you doing that helping women in construction? Are you helping them through technology? There's a host of things that you're doing today, correct?
Yes. So here in New York, when we have on public projects, we have great goals for minority and women-owned and small businesses. New York is really encouraging smaller contractors to have opportunities to work on construction projects. And coming from being a small business, I realize how difficult it is to first start getting through what it is to work on a construction project, no less working on large public projects.
When you and I first talked, you talked about you've been in business now for 27 years, so you've had to help quite a few companies and women contractors get involved. How have you done that? What have you encouraged them to be? Because as we've talked about, you know, this is traditionally a male-dominated industry, so being a New Yorker yourself, you've had to enjoy helping some of these small companies get off the ground.
Well, the companies here in New York are great, and we look to mentor them through various programs that New York has placed. And in particular, Peggy, where you are such an expert and focus on, is really about the technology now in terms of helping businesses.
Talk about that technology. Technology has really changed a lot in construction because we always talk about we don't use it enough, but you've used a lot of different technology resources to help your company grow and other companies. What are some of those that you've been involved with?
Well, for instance, for sure, BIM. We look to BIM to help the small companies understand it. It's been a little longer road now that it's advanced. It's been helping small businesses. Laser scanning is another leveling the playing field for smaller business contractors.
Well, we talk about BIM. BIM in that collaborative approach has been great. Who'd have thought you and I would be doing an interview by Skype, right? That's kind of an interesting way. But in that collaboration in general, isn't that exciting in itself?
Yes, we are now introducing, we look for the latest trends for small businesses to be able to adapt to, and looking at IoTs, for instance, seeing what is necessary that is not expensive and could advance the technology in the field or in their offices. We've learned about, and we're discussing a simple virtual reality, the cardboard box now that I can show you that we have for businesses now. You simply, as you know, put your cell phone in here and you can show your projects very easily by 3D. And it's not a lot of advanced technology that you need to do.
So did you ever think construction would be advancing to use simple things like VR and other technologies? I mean, did you ever imagine that years ago when you first started out in construction?
No, when we first talked about BIM, I remember people they said, is it software? Is it something you put in your coffee? They had no clue as to what BIM is. and now it's so much a staple in the building industry, and more firms, small businesses, are learning how to navigate through that.
Where do you see your company going as a CM now and into the future? Do you see yourself being a mentor to more companies with technology? Do you see yourself wanting to encourage more women? What do you see the future looking like? Driving more technology? Where do you see it going?
Well, Peggy, truly all of the above, because you need to always be learning, especially in the construction industry. Women now should be encouraged to come into both the building industry. Women, are great taskmasters, and there's opportunity here, especially in New York. We have both terrific goals in New York. They have 30% goals now. It's probably the largest, or one of the largest goals to procure opportunities on public projects. And now with that, it's important to grow the firm's capacity, which is something that we focus on, is to build capacity, not only for our firms, but also the firms that we're managing.
Well, Sandra, I loved hearing you talk about driving the future of construction forward. So thank you for spending so much time with us today.
Well, Peggy, keep doing what you're doing. It's an amazing program. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. There's someone you should know, Bradford Construction.